What's going on, Leo? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for the remainder of July 2023. So in this reading, Leo, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the rest of the month. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and so much more regarding July 2023, Leo. Now, before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you in advance, Leo, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here. But without further ado, I'm now going to pull the energy and we'll see what wants to come through for you for the month of July, Leo. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Leo. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's see what we got. Hold on. Let's go ahead and see what is going down for you, Leo, here. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Very good stuff that I got overall here for you, but there's definitely like big choices when it comes to your relationships. The main thing coming through right away, Leo, is for a lot of you, you're going to want to be really careful who you surround yourself with, actually, in July. Because what I'm getting here is a big trade-off. Like, I'm getting there's people around you who you've been loyal to or who are good for your emotions. You can have great fun with them, but they may not actually be good for some sort of big move that you want to, like, moving in alignment with your true self. I just feel like there's something around that. But before we get into this reading, let's go ahead and start it off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe. And these cards are going to be some things that Spirit wants you to look at and some things that Spirit wants you to sit with and really contemplate the frequency of. So the first thing Spirit really wants you to look at and sit with for the month of July is actually the frequency of aloneness. Aloneness. And there's a difference between being lonely and being alone here. And you see how there's this white aura around this individual who is completely by themselves in the darkness. And that shows that this person creates the light for themselves. They don't rely on anyone to validate themselves or anything. This is really about self-reliance here. So the universe is asking you to really contemplate that, most things that are of great magnitude in anyone's life, there needs to be maybe a period where you are alone. And I feel like this is just, if it's not to do with some sort of big grand purpose or career move, it really is just, some of you may need to spend more time with yourself here. Before I started the Autistic Mystic, there was a lot of time meditating by myself. No one told me, hey, do the autistic. No, it came from here. So there's something here that you're gearing up for in July that it may be really easy for you to just fall into friend groups, have fun, kind of have a good time in July. I'm not saying don't have a good time, but I'm sensing that there's these outdated relationships in your life. This could be friends, family, or even a lover that Spirit wants you to sit alone and say, do I really need these people or not? Because the big shadow of Leo, I'm just kind of like poking fun at you, but if I meet like a Leo male, I'll be like, oh, what are the boys doing tonight, brother? You know what I mean? Because Leo, they need like a pack, like Leo. There's nothing wrong with being in a pack. I mean, every man or every woman is superior to me in some way. In that, I learn of him or her, and Leo's definitely superior to me in making friends and keeping that and having fun. I'm some sort of a psychotic loner here telling you to be alone. Be careful of that right now. But you know what I'm saying? There's definitely something here about it's hard for you to be a loner. Spirit is looking at, hey Leo, are these thoughts yours or are they just society's? Are they just the other people, So, what are the boys doing tonight? I don't know. Okay, so it's show me your friends and I'll show you your future. You want to know why you're all messed up? Just look at the bums you hang around with. Yeah, seriously though. Look at it. Okay. I hope that translated. Now, what frequency you need to contemplate, you also have this moment-to-moment card. And this is actually similar to the frequency of the Two of Pentacles, of juggling, of being in a flux, having a choice to make when it comes to the physical world. And moment-to-moment card, you see how this person is contemplating, which rock am I going to step onto here? So Spirit wants you to contemplate potentially a work-life balance is what it's coming through as, or just being spontaneous to make moves in your life. I don't know why it's coming through as that, especially in the physical realm. For those of you that are working in a job that you do not prefer here, or you're gearing up to make some sort of big career move, or even a relational move, there's something about test trial. I do really feel for you, Leo, that this month is a great month to just throw a bunch of balls at the universe. Throw a bunch of this is the mistake that I made in the beginning of even my career, or even when it comes to making friends, is not throwing enough things out there. What do you have to lose is what I would ask you. And don't be afraid to just mix it up. Okay, balance, focus on that. I don't really know. We'll see when we clarify. And then, the last frequency you need to focus on is integration. All right, integration is all about not negating anything, but bringing two seemingly opposite forces together, right? So what can you integrate in your life? What needs to be integrated into your life? And what needs to be balanced? The Two of Pentacles, or this moment-to-moment card, is about literally you see the person balancing, right? Literally balancing on a more practical level, this one. But then this one is more spiritual balancing. So there seems to be, I just get something in your routines. There could be a new project you're starting or something that you need to integrate. And what I would say is, what I'm getting from this is almost the fear of missing out is what you may actually be experiencing, where when you start to spend more time alone this month, because clearly that's what Spirit is advising you to do, even if it's just you take more, a couple minutes a day more than you're used to alone. There's something about integrating the fun that you've had in your current or past experiences into the future or into this big thing. So as much fun as you've had with the boys, hanging out with the boys and going out with the boys who are all dumbasses, you know what I'm saying, and all hungover today, you can have that same level of fun, excitement into this new endeavor where you're alone. And I just want to say, you find the one you love doing what you love. So as a Leo, it's not really your life path to be alone. I mean, sometimes it is, but mostly lions run in a pack, right? You're the Leo the lion. And I just feel that there's something that you need to integrate here, big time. So we'll see what it is as we go through the reading. But when it comes to your opportunity for the rest of July, Leo, is the Two of Wands. And this is really, you're at a choice point of risk or safety. And for a lot of you, this is going to be relational. Should I leave this relationship that feels very safe, but it's been here for a long time, or I'm bored with it, or there's nothing really expansion here. You're at this point where the whole world is in the palm of your hands, and that's what Spirit really wants you to understand. That's your opportunity. So I'm not getting that you need to rush anything, actually, but you do need to make a choice about things, because I feel like there's some sort of thing deep down that you want, that you may need to be alone for a period of time. And once again, not forever, but maybe for a period of time. So just be aware of that. In your opportunity, it's you have the whole world in the palm of your hands, and you're meant to go think about, like, what am I going to do in the world? Because I just feel like there's people who are corrupting your thoughts, and not in a malicious way, but just you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around with the most, whether this is your family, your lover, your coworkers, your friends, whoever it is, Leo. There's something here about disinfecting your own mind. Not that you have an infection that you're going to die from, but you have an infection that is just the merging of people's subconscious mind together. So just be aware of that. There could also be a choice in love here. If you're single, I do feel like there's definitely multiple options if you're single. We'll get to the love thing in a moment. But when it comes to your challenge, you have the 4 of Wands here. And the 4 of Wands is, for some reason, coming through as a rite of passage, or some sort of like, it represents a period of time when you're on the journey to your end goal that you're going to have to go through. So this also represents, I do feel for a lot of you, there's going to be dissolving of old relationships, or if you choose not to dissolve them, it's just going to feel like these people are not my family anymore. For a lot of you, this is actually going to be happening with blood family. Are you a family? No, but seriously, like, there could be an over loyalty to your family or your home or people that you're just accustomed to being around all the time. There could be a challenge with that. For others of you, this could just be, or it is, well, we're going to have to see when we clarify, but it's not a bad thing. It's just like, I just get this, more so than anything, it's almost like life will be going as usual, but there's just this like brewing thing inside of you this for the rest of the month, amidst having a good time. For a lot of you, this definitely has to do with career expansion and doing something that's more heart-based. But in order to do that, because of, unless you came from awakened parents or some sort of crazy thing, most of us, if you went through the public education system, it is literally like the extent to which our minds are controlled by our conditioning is insane. And if you surround yourself with people who are conditioned and don't care, they're like, yeah, well, I don't really care, they're not even aware, it's going to hold you back. So just be aware of that. Now, when it comes to very emotional month, perhaps, a month of emotional choices, but also of harmony as well, and transformation. When it comes to your overall general energy, you have the 7 of Cups, the Temperance card, and also the 3 of Cups here. All right, so with this energy here, you're going to be sorting through illusion of people and your own emotional attachments to people. I just keep getting this feeling of you hanging around people and starting to feel like I'm not getting the same benefit as I used to. Even if the benefit is like, just want to have a good time. It's like almost not going to be doing it for you anymore. And there also could be a harmonious letting go of individuals as well. What I'm getting for some of you that have some sort of major life purpose cropping up or some sort of big career change cropping up, you may even, with this energy, go out with your friends and say, listen, I don't know what I'm doing. I got to make this crazy career choice. I love all of you, but listen, like, we can't keep hanging around the same, like setting a boundary, an emotional boundary. And you may actually find who's in your corner and who's not. There's a lot of people who who want to message me nowadays and be like, oh, I'm so like supportive of you. I'm so, this and that. I appreciate all that. People can transform and everything. But I'm like, well, what about like when I needed you, like, and you were laughing at my videos back in the day? What about that though? Like, you're going to remember that or no? You know what I mean? So, I don't know what this is about, but 7 of Cups, Temperance, and 3 of Cups, choices about friend groups, choices about, it's an emotional choice, but also balancing. So not a bad frequency, fun, but also like, I get this feeling if you're going to have fun, you're going to be going out, maybe have a drink with your friends or kombucha with your friends if you're full vegan, advanced person, or not that you're not advanced if you drink. I mean, hey, like Hemingway can write. You think you could write the best poetry because you're vegan and you're squeak clean? Let me show you Hemingway, who's on the vodka. Let me show you that. How can you can't compete with that poetry? So what's wrong with you? He gets deeper than Deepak Chopra, except he keeps a stat and some cheap ass vodka. Nika Popa. Oh, okay. So also, do I want to go there? No. Okay. Sorry. Okay. When it comes to what you don't see coming, there's definitely going to be clarity when it comes to your own financial plan, is what I'm getting in some sort of way. There's definitely a long-term goal that you're gearing up to that you feel like you're just beginning. Once again, the opportunity is the Two of Wands. This is beginning of a new risky plan. That's your opportunity, right? But with what you don't see coming, there's going to be advancement with this because you have the World, you have the Knight of Wands, and you also have the King of Pentacles. Interestingly enough, you see how the Knight of Wands is moving away from the World? This has to do with a cycle closing out. I do feel that it has to do with people that you surround yourself with. And the Knight of Pentacles is saying, or the Knight of Wands is moving right into the Knight of King of Pentacles. So someone is chasing the money, or someone has money on their mind. I get money. Like, it's just, you could be waking up with a hunger for money, and it's not even the money. I always say, like, it's great to have money, but it's like, the true benefit of having money is the person that you need to become in order to actually have money. Because I just think about, like, and a lot of you have more money than me. It's not about this. But what it's about is, like, when I wanted money and I was just chasing the spiritual dream, like, I wasn't really prepared to, like, have it. If, like, someone handed me the money that I have right now and I had it back then, I would just blow it all. I wasn't subconsciously prepared for it. So there is something about, like, a real maturity in your life. Like, okay, this is, like, also, there's just something about something that seems so unrealistic to you starts to actually become realistic. And it actually may be a result of you giving yourself freedom to go moment to moment, but really being alone as well. Remember the last reading I did for you, Leo, was all about, like, me kind of just, like, hyping you up and telling you basically, like, you're the bomb diggity, and you're amazing, like, you have all these boons. And something that, like, you always wanted, maybe you want to be, like, a podcaster, maybe you want to be a nun, or you want to do something, but it's like, it seems like a realistic path is opening itself up to you now that a cycle has actually begun to close out. Because remember, your challenge is the Four of Wands. That has to do with a rite of passage closing out, or a group of people closing out in the world. It is a harmonious ending as well. I'm not actually getting that much drama here, so that's good, I actually do feel that for a lot of you, you may actually gain unconditional support from people, actually. Like just to give you an example, like be careful who you share your goals and everything with, but ultimately I feel like you'll gain more support than you won't, if that makes sense. Like, we are moving into a completely different age, so I feel good about this reading for you. But a lot of and that's, the beauty, like, it's the journey is the destination, is what I always say. So, like, I've been flipping out recently because, like, basically the short-term goals that I've had have been achieved. And you think there's two ways to go insane. The first way is to not get what you want, to set goals and not achieve them and go insane on the pursuit of them. The worst one is actually to get exactly what you want, because then when you get what you want, you realize, like, okay, this is not going to satisfy me, so, like, let's go to the next one. Let's create a new goal. And it's important not to make an enemy out of that. Don't make an enemy out of desire, because you'll always desire new things. If you get $1 million, you're going to want 3 million. If you get 3 million, you're going to want 10 million. And don't make an enemy out of that. It's just how it works. It's just about tempering it with a temperance card. But what I'm saying here, Leo, I just feel like you're ready. I feel like you're ready for this, and you know what I'm saying. So that's beautiful, and really starting to work on your potential and battling some of your demons here. And I'll tell you how this is going to manifest multiple ways. When it comes to your advice from Spirit, for the rest of July, you have the Eight of Pentacles upright, you have the Magician, and you also have the Devil here. So first of all, your advice is to really work on yourself and activate your own potential. Put in the work here. Really start stacking the chips in your favor. There's also a sub-message here that basically you can really look to your past success to create the future one. So, like, let's say you have a job right now and you're like, I want to create this side business. Well, you already have the job, so that should show you I'm capable of success. Like, no matter what level of success that you've created, even if that's just applying for a job at Pizza Hut, like me, 4 years ago, working at a pizza place, I mean, you still successfully did that. And it's like that can give you confidence in the future. But really, this is about working on your own potential. The Magician having to do with your own potential, also the spiritual realm. I would definitely focus on going out into nature and really visualizing the future that you want. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Integrating as well. Like, this is a weird reading in that integration is here. And what I'm getting from this is there's something that used to hold you back from going for this riskier dream or this new direction you're moving in, because you said, well, if I gain something new, I'm going to lose everything that I once had. And in this reading, I'm actually picking up on vibrations of unconditional support. Your family may have not supported you in the past to going for some sort of dream. Now even if it's not full, you'll get the support you need from your, there's just something here about support, but you do need to do the work. No one can do it for you. But you also have the Devil here when it comes to your advice. And this is really like new level, new devil is what I would say. Also, I just feel like if you stick around somewhere where you know there's no expansion, it's really going to start to turn sour. Like, this could be you doing your normal thing with your friends, and like you're talking about like jokes and it's just not making you laugh anymore. You're just like, this ain't it. Like, this, I just need more. But it's not like you're going to lose anything in the new life is what I'm trying to tell you. So, yeah. So because that's okay, here's a frequency that I'll tell you that can relate to you in this month. I did tarot in a dark room for a whole year before I ever did a reading on YouTube. And I was obsessed with it. I loved it. I woke up, I dreamt it, I lived it, I breathed it, I smelled it, I literally did everything with tarot cards, and it was amazing. But it was fun, right? This is you in your old life, what you have going on right now. But as soon as I turned it into a career, as soon as I said, okay, I'm going to start getting paid for this. I'm going to start providing a service. I'm going to do this professionally. I'm going to do it for real. All of this like human programming of work and drudgery crept in, and all of a sudden I couldn't have fun doing tarot anymore. It became a job. And that's even what I struggle with right now. Just get a little vulnerable with you for a second, because I think it will relate to you, this transition you're making. I mean, I just messed up my finger, so I can't really bend it that good. So I haven't been doing tarot, but like Leo, I can bust out 10 million readings every single day, no problem. But for some reason, and maybe this is my own blockage, which is helping you because I'm being vulnerable right now, as soon as I start to record for YouTube, it's like it's different. It's like that switch in, oh, this is work now, so I can't do that much with it. You know what I mean? And I'm fine tuning that, but I think that's something you're gonna have to fine tune this month as well, if that makes any sense. Because theoretically, I should be able to bust out 10 readings a day. No problem. Now, it is true that when I do collective readings and I really aim for the chin of the collective, I really say I'm going to get all the Leos, the average of all the Leos, what's going on there. When you do that, it is very energetically taxing because you have to take so much into account. When I do a reading for me personally, it's no problem. When I do a reading for a client or my friend, no problem. It's less draining than this. So I need to like talk to like Minopon and be like, bro, how, dude? How do you do that? Respect to you, my brother. Okay. Just like the output is insane. I actually respect that. Okay. So with that being said, I don't even know where we are. Where are we? Okay. Let's go ahead and see why the Four of Wands is in your challenge. Why is the Four of Wands in your challenge here, Leo? All right. Well, that's a lot of cards here. That's a lot. I think that's too many. So yeah, I'm not even going to touch it. I could touch it. It's just like I don't want to take 5 minutes for a clarification. Why is the Four of Wands here in your challenge this month? All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, the Four of Wands in your challenge is clarified. The Death card, the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles as well. So the first thing coming through, the Four of Wands, something that you've invested in. This could be a career, or for a lot of you, it's just people that you're surrounded by, or a certain collective mindset needs to come to an end. Or that's your challenge, is to bring something that is so familiar, going out with the boys, it's not doing it anymore for you, and your challenge is to start something new. Inspiration that leads to actually physical. So earth and fire here in the challenge here. Now, a lot of you, I do feel as well, you're going to be getting a lot of love offers, potentially from people that you already know, that will tie you to a group that you don't want to be tied. That's just a sub message, not for all of you. Some of you will be, Leo, some of you will be getting love offers, but it's just like from a person that's not going to help you, and you know that, so it's difficult. Others of you, it's just saying goodbye to the old group and maybe going alone, because the aces usually, it can be an offer from someone else, but in this reading, I just feel like it's more like this frequency, like you alone with the Ace of Pentacles, with the Ace of Wands. So your challenge, I just feel like you're inspired, but it's like, are you inspired enough to take physical action? Because this is inspiration, virility, but then this is like actually doing with it something in the physical. And some of you feel like, oh, I'm not ready, but you'll never feel ready. So yeah, let's I'm not even gonna touch that. Let's just go to your advice. I feel like, let's clarify what the devil is here in your advice. What's that about? What's that thing, the toxic thing, or what is it? Some of you don't believe in your potential as well, or it's not that you don't. Yeah, hold on. Okay, well, yeah, there could be a few people keeping tabs on you and saying, what is Leo? Why is Leo, if you start to be alone, or you start to meet new people, because some of you, I'm saying aloneness, it's literally like for Leo, that means like it's a day of being alone and then you have a completely new friend group. I know I'm like stereotyping, I'm just kind of joking, but also not. It's like there's definitely going to be some people that could be upset with this new path, or that don't believe in you. I'm saying this whole thing about unconditional love, but you probably are still surrounded by immature people. And also, now it's coming through, the devil's clarified with the Page of Cups. And I just, because Leo, a lot of times, you don't want to fail in front of other people. And that's completely understandable. But what I would say to this is this, like, you may want to look at your immature way of looking at things, especially when it comes, I don't know why fear of failure just came to me. And here's what I'll say, don't think that people attribute the same meaning to your failure that you do. All right, like, what does this mean? Like, when I started a YouTube channel back in the day, I started to do a different business, it didn't work or whatever. Like, I was thinking like, oh my God, like all these people think I'm a loser, that they're judging me, they're always focused on me. And it's like, the truth is like, no one cares about you. Like, the freedom in this universe, and perhaps what aloneness will give you, is the freedom is that no one cares really about you. Remember, Leo, you're worth more dead than you are alive. And some of you just got pissed off from that because you're so like loyal, pride, maybe to other people, maybe not you. But what I'm saying is, the devil of the Page of Cups, on the one hand, could be someone you involve yourself with in sexually that's very immature and distracts you from your purpose. Alternatively, Page of Cups, the devil in your advice, is an immature outlook on something that could be toxic, as in failure. The school system makes us look at failure as, oh, you're stupid, you're bad. No, it's not bad. It's actually a learning experience. And so redefine your experience of what is toxic. Is failure toxic? No. Thinking that everyone needs to succeed 24/7 or else they're a loser, that's toxic. And then finally, the devil to the Page of Cups in your advice, the last meaning that I'm getting from this is, there is something about, I don't know which one I mentioned, there's something about people in your current group that when you start to expand will negatively view you as toxic when you're actually just doing you. And what they think of you has nothing to do with you, everything to do with them. So listen, I actually think just focus on you, really. I mean, because you can have fun with people and everything, but you're gearing up for something big and you want to make sure you capitalize on it. So that being said, I'll talk to you next time, Leo. This is the Autistic Mystic. Bye.